Hey, what's up, everybody? So in our last video, we talked about how to choose your client acquisition strategy. It's basically based off of, do you have more money or time to invest in your business right now? If you've got more money, then you can start with ads because that's going to take some ramp up time. You're going to be testing, you're going to spend some money to get that really rolling. But it's a great strategy. I'm not going to say it's not. If you have more time, then you want to and you don't have a lot of money, then you want to invest in more organic strategies. Okay, so my favorite strategy, my favorite outreach channel is Facebook. That's where we've gotten kind of got our teeth, and we've gotten pretty good at the strategies on Facebook. So today, what I'm going to be talking about is how to optimize your outreach messaging. Okay, so and it's all about really tracking and then testing different messaging and then tracking those results and then finding where the bottlenecks are and testing different messages in that bottleneck. So we're going to go through a tool that I use to manage all of our outreach. You don't have to use this tool, but it definitely makes things a lot easier. And because you could use tracking spreadsheets and stuff like that, but this tool, and we're going to talk about this tomorrow, just helps you stay much more organized. And if you want more of this kind of training, tomorrow inside of our Facebook group, the High Ticket with High Level Facebook group, we're going to be digging into my daily routine, my daily outreach routine, or the routine that my appointment setter uses every day. So be sure to check that out if you want more of these kind of trainings on outreach. Okay, so let's actually dig into the tool and I'll kind of show you the idea here. So, and if you, so the first thing you really want to do is you want to have a script that you can test. Okay, so if you don't have a script, you can write it out. You can use different other people's scripts and kind of tweak it. We have our Facebook Messenger playbook. So if you're interested in that, you can drop a comment below our playbook and we'll send you a link to grab that. But you just want a script to start out with and start testing. Okay. And what you're going to do once you start testing this outreach, you want to definitely be tracking the results. So you want to track the overall results. So with FlowChat, it's very easy. You can see the total messages you've sent. You can see how many calls you've booked, how many sales you've made. And so it tracks all those, all that for you. Okay. Instead of like marking it on a spreadsheet, which the spreadsheet will also keep track of it, it's just a little bit more work. Okay. So we're going to start sending our messages. Another thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to be reviewing the message responses every day to kind of get a feel of, hey, how is this landing with the people that I'm sending messages to? If they're turned off by it or they're ignoring you, then chances are you probably need to test something different. But you want to give it enough time to get enough data to really help you to make that decision. So once we've kind of looked at that, we're tracking on a weekly basis these numbers. If we start getting appointments, great, we're going in the right direction. We might want to review the actual pipeline stats, what I'm going to show you in a second. If we're getting appointments, maybe we're good. We want to see if we can improve on that by looking at the messages and see how people are responding to each one of the messages. Next thing that you want to do once you're tracking the overall results is you actually want to dig into the pipeline. So this is a typical pipeline. We have all these pipelines for anybody that signs up on FlowChat under our affiliate link. So if you're interested in that, type FlowChat below and we'll send you our affiliate link. And then if we can confirm that you went through our link, then I'll send you over the pipelines and the training on the pipelines. So basically these follow our Facebook Messenger playbook. And if we dig into the stats in FlowChat, you can actually see all of these numbers are kind of calculated for us. So we can go through here, we can kind of review the different stages of our pipeline and see how this is performing. So really the metric that I'm looking for, this is our cold prospect to inviting to group pipeline. So it's doing pretty good. It's, I think, what is that? A third, 33% of the people that we're sending icebreakers to are actually joining our group, which is pretty good. And then you can kind of see if there's any bottlenecks. This one's actually performing pretty well. I want to show you an example of a client that so one of the things that we do when you get an appointment setter from us is we review your stats every week, just like we do our own stats. And then if we spot a problem, we're actually dig into the actual pipeline and get a little bit more granular with our analysis to see if we can spot where bottlenecks are. So this is an example of a client that had a drop off in their appointments. So we were wondering what happened. So what we did is we just kind of scrolled through here, and you can see the percentages here. This is friend requests accepted. That's actually pretty good. People responding to your initial message, 25% and up's pretty decent. And then you can see, can anybody spot where the drop off is? Bam. We go from these pretty good numbers to 11% right here. Okay, so that tells me, hey, this might be a bottleneck that we will want to look into. And after further investigation with this client, what we found is they were booking appointments pretty good, and then they added a assessment that they wanted to send to people before they actually booked a call. So that's fine because they need to qualify those people, but there is a drop off. And obviously, if you add more friction to the booking process, there's going to be less people that are booking a call. So what we want to do now with this particular client is keep an eye on if they're booking those calls. Let's see how many people, because they still try to book them if they don't fill out the assessment. So we want to see if the people that are actually booking a call are filling out this assessment anyway. If they're not, then let's go ahead and just book the call and then try to send them the assessment after it. So that's kind of analysis we would do when we spot something. When we, first of all, we're looking at the overall stats on week by week. And then if we see a drop off in something, then we can actually investigate deeper in one of these pipelines and then figure out where the bottleneck is. And then we can talk to the client about what's going on there and then figure out a way to fix the bottleneck. So that is basically how we're using FlowChat to really kind of optimize our outreach process. So, the first step is to get your script going and start just testing it, seeing what the responses are to that script, and also tracking the results of the particular script to see if there's any bottlenecks in it. And then over time, you want to track on a weekly basis, how many messages you're sending, how many appointments are being booked. If that number is trending up, then everything's going pretty good. If it's trending down, or if you see, 1 week you're doing really well and 1 week it's falling off, then you need to start investigating a little deeper by going into the actual pipeline stats itself. See if you can find the bottleneck, and then you want to test at that bottleneck area to see if you can improve the results there. All right, so that's basically it. If you guys have any questions, drop your questions below. And when I see them, I'll actually come in and answer them. Again, if you want that Facebook playbook, then Messenger playbook, then drop playbook in the comments below. If you want to get our Facebook playbook pipelines that are in FlowChat that we give you when you go through our affiliate link, then drop FlowChat in the comments below. And then if you have any questions, drop those below as well. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you next time.